Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, may Allah give us the wellness, optimum wellness and vibrancy in life with His divine grace. So I'm going to continue to explain what I mean by a lifestyle, this toxic lifestyle that we have now. The whole civilization now is moving into a very toxic lifestyle. Alright? And from the Islamic perspective, we have the Nafsul Ammara bil Su. We have this new Nafsul Ammara bil Su. This Nafs is the Nafs that is animalistic. At the lowest level of our Nafs, of our spiritual, emotional, mental self. Okay, all of this is translated to our Nafs. And this Nafs that is toxic is what we call in Islam Nafsul Ammara. Nafsul Ammara is explained by so many of our great alim, ulama, scholars of the three levels of Nafs that we have. Ourselves at the lowest level is the animalistic level. An animalistic level that lives on what? Alright, we lives on this thing is greed, gluttony, and show, riya, takabur, and so on. So this whole idea of greed and gluttony, these two alone, is what we call the toxic lifestyle disease. Because why? If we just look at modern civilization, you look at this problem of obesity, which is the precursor of all diseases, you want to name it. So we are greedy. What do? We eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And not only we eat all the junk food, fast food, crazy food, whatever food you can name it. And how can we become healthy? We can't be healthy. So this nafs is not controllable. You see people going for competition to eat how many burgers? They can eat 70 burgers in one go. And some of them unfortunately die after they swallow 70, the 70th or 71st, they just choke themselves and kill themselves, dead. Alright? This is the craziness of this modern society. You mean they have competition to eat how many plates of biryani or whatever they have, you know? It's a crazy idea of gluttony and greed. That you do not be satisfied with one plate, you have to take one burger, you have to take 70 burgers. And this is where we Muslims must be able to lead the world, because we have this holistic framework that we must move from an-nafsu ammara bil su to another level, the nafsul that is thinking about. This is nafsul lawamah. And then we go to the highest level where we have an-nafsul mutmainnah. We have reached that level of perfect understanding of the meaning and purpose in life, in our relation to Allah, in our relation to wellness, in our relation to food, in our relation to existence in this world, and so many things that we can do, that we can understand this. So if we talk about physical wellness and vibrancy in life, so long as we do not change this toxic lifestyle and do not change this nafsul ammara to be quietened down, we cannot achieve wellness, we cannot be happy. And we have all the problems that we see today. For example, the rate of obesity in the world is crazy. I used to stay back, if I am in a shopping complex, I'll sit in a cafe near the escalator and I look. Not because of anything, I've just do a statistical study. I look at that person who's going up the staircase, you can see all these huge, fat-laden men, women, and children. And in Malaysia, I reckon there's about 70%. That means obesity is about 70%. This is true also in most Western countries. So from obesity, you have diabetics. From diabetics, you have high blood pressure. From high blood pressure, you have stroke and all the other diseases, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and whatever it is as they age along the way. So this is why, because of what? Greed. We cannot control our eating. We eat and eat and eat and eat. No animals in the world would eat and eat and eat and eat until they become toxic and die of diseases. If you put a lion, if they eat one animal, they will not eat for the next 1 week, or a python for 2 weeks, because they have to digest that food and they slow down their metabolism, and then it's as if they are fasting. But human being, because of our very nature of a toxic lifestyle that is destructive, is causing this epidemic in the 21st century. So whatever the medical doctors will say, we'll find a cure for Alzheimer's disease, we'll find a cure for dementia, we'll find a cure for longevity, we'll find a cure for anything under the sun. It is all just vain hope and vain desire, unless they go back to the holistic existence of coming ourselves, understanding at the spiritual level of our existence by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how we can be a worshipper, a submitter, and a lover of this creator, that we then raises our nafs from an animalistic nafs to a nafs that is beginning to reflect about our existence, to a nafs that lead fullness and calmness, mutmainnah, at the highest level. Alright? So what is important is, this issue is not an issue of, for example, any other issue. It's just lifestyle. Why do people overeat? You ask them, why do you, oh, no, I'm depressed, so I eat more. I eat, after I eat my bar of chocolate, I need to gobble a few soft drinks and whatever it is. So you're laden with sugar. And there's so many other means and ways in which we can overcome it. But we are not doing it. So every day we go through the whole cycle. If we need, for example, 2,000 kilocalories a day, we are taking more than that, 4,000, 5,000. So where does it end up? It ends up in our stomach, in our bum, and in our arteries, in our veins, and every part of our body. All our cells are being flooded with lipids, and whatever it is, we then die prematurely, unfortunately. And that life of a person who is obese, can he lead a vibrant life? Can he run? I've seen many of these very, very obese people. All right, even going up the staircase, 4 staircase, 1, 2, 3. Another 1, 2, 3. Just 4 steps up the staircase is enough to almost kill them. Why? They have no control over their intake of food. So this is where, as long as we do not change society, especially for us the Muslims, we will have an epidemic, a runaway epidemic, that will destroy not only the Muslim Ummah. For example, in the Muslim Ummah in the Middle East, for example, obesity is going out of control. Not only that, diabetes is going out of control. We have childhood onset type 1 diabetics in the Middle East, in Malaysia, in the West, and everywhere, which never happened in the history of humanity. Say 200 years ago, 100 years ago, where we are more balanced in terms of our intake of food. So I hope this open your mind to see that as long as you do not settle this idea of greed and gluttony in our life, we will never be able to have physical wellness and vibrancy in life. And what is important is for us to reflect and think whether this idea is acceptable, and if this idea is acceptable, then what are the remedies that we can provide for the Ummah first, for ourselves, our children, our family, our community, and do this little jihad of wellness for the Ummah. You look at all the poor people, I'm sometimes very, very sad. I look at the trolley of those poor people as they go out of supermarket. What do they buy? They buy all the junk food, all the various fast food, all the instant noodles, instant this, instant that, all the instant thing. Fast to cook, fast to die. That should be the motto. You cook all these instant noodles. It's very fast, only take 2 minutes. You don't need to worry about it. Just put the sachet, dump with all the additives and coloring, whatever it is. Give to your kid, and definitely this kid is going to fail in his exams, because he will have all kind of diseases. And they laden in their trolley also would be all kind of soft drinks, all laden with sugar. How can you expect this family, this child, to grow up to become an intellect, to become a sportsman, to become a scholar, if that is the kind of food that we give our children? And I have families talking among themselves. This poor family, not only did they buy all the cheap junk food and fast food for their children, they also buy all those carbonated drinks, and they can boast, you know, my son, you know, he doesn't take plain water, no, he cannot take plain water, he only drink this drink, so I buy for him lah. You know how stupid they can be. They are destroying their child, destroying the future of the child by giving them the toxic food that is going to affect that child at that child age. Schooling especially, because you need all the balanced nutrients, which I will explain to you, inshallah, in the subsequent video of how they can have a balanced lifestyle, a balanced nutrition, and inshallah, it is very easy to do if and only we can transcend the nafs of Nafsul Ammara. If not, sorry, I have no solution for you. May Allah help you, because this is the reality of not only the Ummah, the reality of the whole Western civilization. Because, for example, in China, they didn't have any problem of obesity, but every child in the Chinese community now, out of 10 child, 7 are obese. Why? Because they have only one child, and they feed that child, and that child become obese, and they have early onset of diabetics, early onset of ADHD, and many other problems that they cannot solve, and neither can we solve unless we go back to the basis of a holistic lifestyle based on Islam, all right, and remove the toxic lifestyle that is causing all these diseases. And inshallah, if we follow that, we can have a good life of peace, happiness, and success, and be a vibrant Muslim contributing to the development of the Ummah in the 21st century, inshallah.